Howdy, y'all. I've been way too busy over the holidays, and I could not actually get a 5-10 minute span where I was able to sit down and actually record something. Every take I tried to make got interrupted, and all my footage was garbage. And I learned a very valuable lesson. It doesn't matter how much editing you do, crap will always be crap. Mythbusters may have proven that you could polish a turd, but you couldn't polish this one. I apologize for that for the one person who did see it. What I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to do a recap of what got done, because we've built the asteroid base in space. We have put in all but the platinum mining nodes, and we've painted the base. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a lot of work, and none of it has any good footage. So I'm going to do a quick recap, hopefully quick, maybe not, but we're going to try. And we're just going to show one of the mining nodes right here. This is the silver mining node, and you can see it's really just an auto drill hooked up to an assembler and a refinery. There's a little bit on here more. This one does have a gravity generator, but there's a uranium reactor down here. Get inside, you can see the uranium reactor right there. And yeah, it's rather simple, rather simplistic piece. Most of the time was spent just flying around finding all the nodes, or all the deposits. So we did put these together, and you can see there's two sorters here. One goes in, one goes out. I imagine you can assume that the one going in is fuel intake, and the one going out is resource export. So we're going to build a drone that has two connectors that docks up to both of those and drops in fuel and pushes out ores. We're also going to address the lights you can see behind me. We did add some lighting to this on the landing bay area. So we'll head out there now. I'll close my helmet. Freaking door. Alright, now we just wait for this to actually drop down to, well, it's going to give up on trying to depressurize. Awesome. And hopefully that looked like a seamless edit to you that only took a second. Alright, so the base, this is the base here. I know it's not spectacular. I did try and get some time-lapse footage of me putting the base together. Basically, we put in a huge wall of the oxygen farms from the LG Tech mod. Turn on my light here so we can see it. And these work extremely well. I did not need this many of them. I thought that I was going to be working with stationary oxygen farms and not getting much light. So I put in a lot, and I expected them to be like a little bit better than vanilla, but wow, they are amazing. So, alright, and let's see if I can find this button here. Oh, there it is. Actually, that's not the one I want to go into. I want to go into this one right here. Give a quick walk through here. Did I just hit that button and I didn't need to? I did, didn't I? Shame on me. Alright. So, this is the airlock that leads into the greenhouse area. And as you can see, we've got the ATM right inside the greenhouse area. Let me turn off the lights here. Alright. And, yeah, we've got plenty of greenhouse area here. And I did try to go for a more cheerful paint style in here. The exterior paint style was decided by my daughter. I didn't think she did too bad of a job picking colors, but the interior, yeah, that's all me, and it ain't pretty, to be honest, but it works. So this is the recreation area. Got the kitchen over here. Someplace to store your foods. Someplace to cook. And I think I'm doing okay on food right now. Over this way is the sleeping quarters. This is the main bedroom. As you can tell, it's mine. And this is the bathroom. Got the bathroom and shower, nothing special. I am using a pass-through and a corner block there to pressurize this room and the bathroom at the same time. So, and over through this door we've got the med bay. Make sure my power and everything is full. A couple of cryopods, some storage, basic stuff. And then through here, this leads us back around full circle. We are in the construction area here. Got the LG farm, the LG lab, and I did find there was an update to this that made it so you can actually produce red algae without having to visit the alien planet. I'm not sure if I think that's a good addition or not. Kind of on the fence about it. Alright. And underneath, I did do a little bit of work because I like to have the option of being able to reach everywhere on my base without the jetpack. I added this here. And you can climb this ladder all the way down to here. When you hop off, the gravity changes. So you're in line with this drilling rig here. So, just a simple catwalk to get you from point A to point B. So that pretty much sums up everything that's been done so far. Oh, I did add, since I had red algae, I added some hydrogen farms here on the top of the ship. Because better safe than sorry. So, I'm going to head back inside and we're going to get some resources, and then we're probably, I think we're probably going to go build that platinum node. So, I need platinum for any of the ships I want to build. It's just a must. I don't want to have complete reliance on hydrogen all the time. I would like to be able to have most of my reliance be on electricity, just power. So I want to build my mothership to be using ion thrusters through most of it, but also have hydrogen as well. So we're probably going to head for the platinum node, or for the platinum deposit, and build a platinum node. And then I want to start working on the drone system. I do want to have a drone dock for each of the drones where they can pick up a little bit of uranium to refuel the resource nodes and also deposit all of their ores. So I did put together the platinum node, and we're going to take a look at it real quick here. Just hop out here in the spectator cam. You can see it's not much different from every other one that's out that we've built. It's got an automatic drill, a refinery, an assembler. It's got the fuel in on the left and the resources out on the right. And it has a small uranium reactor and a battery that's set to recharge. And it is set to recharge specifically so that if it does run out of power, I can power it back up. That shouldn't be an issue because of the way the drones work. If it does run out of power, the drones will show up with more uranium, and they will power the station up long enough for the reactor to grab more uranium and start running again. So, shouldn't be an issue. And on top of that, When I finished that up, I was going to start doing the docking stations for these drones, but I didn't have a drone yet, and now we do. I took some time and put together a drone, and I actually meant to record this, but I'll be honest, I just forgot to hit record. It didn't take long to put this together. This one really didn't take long to put together, but it's garbage. It's ugly. It's really ugly. And we may actually wind up having to use this one if I switch to using a script, which I don't really plan on doing. This one, however, it looks clean. The lines are clean. It's got some interesting styling to it. It's not all flat surfaces, and it's got a much better shape. So, anyways, we do have a drone now. And because of the way this drone works, I'm planning on using this with no programmable block. I'm not planning on running a script to make these drones work. I'm planning on using vanilla drone, vanilla autopilot. So inside of this, we've got some timer blocks. We've got 3 of the remote control blocks, because the remote control block will try to get to a point going in the direction. It will try to turn towards a point before it goes there. So if I have a forward-facing remote control block, it will try to nose down and run into the connector if I try to get it into a good staging area. So with having a remote control block facing down, the one that's facing down is right on top of this connector here. So the one that's facing down, I can just center that one over the connector and then tell it that one to go to the connector, and it should just dock right up. And then I've got another one that is facing up, so that when I go to undock it, I can tell the one that's facing up to go to a point above the docking station, and it should keep this drone relatively level throughout most of it. So it's just the way the drones work. It's just the way it's going to have to be done. So yeah, it's got 3 directions for the remote control block, and it's got all the directional thrust. It's got 4 thrusters in each direction except for side to side. So up and down, up and down, back and forth. It's great. But side to side, it's only got 2 thrusters going in each direction, which should be more than enough, if we're being honest. So I'm rather happy with the way this looks. It's not the prettiest drone that you've ever seen, but it's a drone. It doesn't really have to be pretty. So this looks good. I'm happy with it. And now we know exactly what drone we're docking to when we build our docking ports. Because we're going to have to build... We're probably going to use a projector block, but we're going to wind up building 6 or 7 of these. Let's see, we've got 2 uranium deposits, iron, nickel, cobalt, silicon, I'm forgetting one, ice, gold, and silver. So we're going to have to build 8 of these things and 8 docking stations. So I'm going to swap out my resources, and then I'm going to try and plan out how I want these docking stations to go. Alright, so I'm back, and basically, in trying to plan this out, I've got some scaffolding up and basically laid out where I want these drones to park. In the end, I'm going to have 12 drones here, so I've got 12 stations that I'm going to have, and I've figured out how I'm going to pipe these. Basically, I've got a hole here where I'm going to bring up the resources, and we're going to pipe those right from here up to there, and we're going to pipe this all along here. And we're going to have one pipe that comes all along connecting to these, wraps around over here, and connects here, and follows these all the way around. And then I'm going to wind up digging a hole down here. Good, I am in the gravity. And it's going to be right about here so that it's in line with the second set of connectors, which are going to be, let me find the right ones here, right here. And I don't have any steel plates on me. So let's go grab some steel plates here. Get to the connector. Come on, we want that one there. And we're going to have one coming off of the back of each of these. Going to have to modify my second Bob's location to come out here and build all of this. So yeah, there will be 2 at each of these stations. There's 4 blocks between each one, so that it can accommodate all of the drones. Because the drones are just over 3 blocks wide total. So by having 4 of them here, I'm going to use up this block and a little bit of this block. Oh, wait, is that only 3 there? That should be 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, crap. Did I set up any of these right? Yeah, I set up the first one right. Okay, I'm going to have to move all of these. Alright. So let's see if we can get this correct. Okay, that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one. No, 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 no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one. And 1, 2, 3. So we'll have to build 2 more off there just to be sure. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Yeah. So 4 blocks between each one to accommodate all the drones. So like so. That is much better now. And that means that this hole no longer lines up. That's okay though. That shouldn't make any difference. So we're going to come down here. We're going to grind down all of these.
Inventory full.
I know, Karen. I don't care, Karen.
Inventory full.
I was planning on trying to bring the pipes all the way out here.
Inventory full.
And have that work for me, but it just didn't work out. So we're going to bring it out here. And as you can tell, unfortunately, I did have to do some voxel destruction here. So and we really want to bring that just straight up there. I think. I don't want a flange. I want the non-flanged pipe. See, now this is where I wish it had a T. But it does not. It's got a cross. I wish it had a 3-way. We're going to have a 3-way, sorry, a 4-way T is what it's got. Alright, so we're going to have these at the bottom of each of the connectors here. Let Bob kill a bunch of time building that up. And in case you're wondering, I don't want the uranium line and I don't want the fuel line and the resource line to intersect. That's why we're going through it this way. Um, I want the resources to be able to be picked up without picking up the uranium. And these two, I don't want
Inventory full.
T's there. I just want um, a bend. Come on, Bob. There we go. Thank you, Bob. This one, I want a T. All right, so now it's just going to be a matter of plumbing all of this. There we go. Now we've got all that plumbed in, and I need more energy before we go run the pipes on the other side. What are these missing? I can tell that they're small steel tubes. Do I not have those set up to just build? I do not. Okay. Let's go with the assembler. Do I even have anything set up to auto build here? I do not. What about this one? Let's see, basic assembler. Yeah, it's got a lot that it's building. So let's go to the industrial assembler here, and let's set this up real quick. Just going to put in a few hundred for each of these, maybe a couple of thousand. I'm not really sure on the numbers that I really want here, just filling something in to make sure I'm not waiting too long for things to actually be made in the system when I'm trying to build. I'm sure you can all relate. All right, so now if we go to the industrial assembler, we should see it working away. Let's just change the priority real quick here. All right, so we're probably going to let that finish making components and get caught up, and then we'll be back. So I decided to go with a time lapse in this area because I really need to try and get the length of this video down. Basically, we're just going to replumb all of this, and we're going to dig our way down to the uranium reactor to plumb the uranium up into the system here. I've reached the end of my gravity field here, so I'm no longer going to have the gravity pulling me straight down to drill a straight hole. So now I need to go up and place some tubes and use those tubes as a guide to finish drilling this hole out straight. Now I'm going to wrap these down around the side of the wall of this cavern area and bring those over to the uranium processing. I'm going to add a conveyor sorter to make sure that it's not trying to pull anything other than uranium. It was at this point that I realized that I need to add sorters to each of the refueling connectors so that they can be set up on timer blocks to evenly distribute uranium through all of the drones for them to leave fuel at the resource nodes every time they go to pick up materials. And I'm also an idiot and started to remove the piping from the wrong line. And I'm going to have to go back and put those back in. You'll see that. And then I'll start putting the timer blocks in. Each of these sorting blocks is going to be set up with a white list for uranium ingots and set with drain all, and those will then be set up on a timer block system. I'm going to add a sorter here that will pull uranium from the storage system into the refueling connectors so that the two drones that I've got going to uranium nodes, we're utilizing their uranium as well to refuel the other resource nodes. I do forget to add that sorter though, so spoiler, now it's time to remove all of the scaffolding and build these up as platforms. So this is what we've got, and I'm happy with it. It's deviated from the original plan. We no longer have the pinwheel coming out. We have two landing bay areas for the drones to go on. So we'll get one of those docked up, and then I'm going to wind up building up 11 more of those, probably off camera. Probably going to wind up setting up a projector and yeah, have Bob build them for me if I can find a place to have have the welding start, because I don't think I have any spots here that are available. Oh, I have one. I have exactly one spot right there. That is the only spot where I can actually get the projector to start building. I don't believe there's any spaces available underneath either. No, that is literally the only spot that can be connected to start a blueprint running. So we're gonna have to start there. Make 11 blueprints of this. Um, yeah. So that's where we're at, and I will come back after I've got those all in place. So we're back, and as you can see, all but one of the drones is in place and ready to go. The one that's missing there is the platinum drone. We've just sent that off, and it's going to fill up on platinum and then return. Uh, I still have one thing that I do want to set up. I want each drone to, when it lands, send off a signal to the next drone, so that that next drone will, a few seconds later, head out and go get its resource. That way I've got all of the drones going out and keeping the resources full, without having any two drones out at the same time. That way I minimize the risk of a crash. The drones all double as resource storage. So the platinum one there, you can see it's gone. But we've got this one here, which if I can actually get the target, there we go. This is the second uranium one. And probably be better for not looking at uranium. Let's go ahead and we'll look at this one here. Yeah, this is the gold drone. You can see down here, we've got two sorters set up. One to allow gold to leave the drone, and one to allow gold to return to the drone. So this connector down here, the one on the drone, is set to collect all, and it should make sure that the drone is always full of the gold ingots. That way all the gold ingots are being stored on the drone, and we're not overloading the base with too much of any one resource. It would really stink to have the iron drone head out to the node, drop off all its iron, fill up the base, head back, and just keep loading iron into the base. It would really be bad to overload the base like that and just fill up the inventory with nothing but iron. So, as an added bonus of having all of these drones going out and getting all the resources for us, we are able to take care of or take advantage of the craftable consumables mod and craft ourselves some zone chips, which allows us to put in a safe zone down here under the base. Let me turn on the lights here. And we do have a safe zone here. We do not currently have that many zone chips created. Let me look real quick, see if we've gotten any more of them, because they don't craft quickly. They take forever to craft, as a matter of fact. We have 3 of them. We'll move those into... Oh, we have 6. Sweet. That's more than I expected. So we'll move those in there, and we'll see how long those will last. Toggle block on. 1 watt. Turn on the enable safe zone. 500 meters. Let's see how far that gets us. I'm hoping that it will cover the entire base. Let's hope. It does, actually. But just... Okay, well, maybe substantially. Maybe I can bump that down to, like, say, 150 or 200 meters. Oops. So we'll bump that down to like 200 meters, and it will last longer. But the plan is to allow that to keep the base safe. I'm kind of hoping that this will kill enough time that we'll be able to see that platinum drone return from the node and dock up. Let's change that to 150. That should be enough. All right, we'll just run up here. Yeah, 150 seems just about right. I like that size. I like that size a lot. So we should be able to see the drone return here shortly. Yeah, I'm starting to see some red show through that shield. So, all right, that will be here shortly. And once it's here, we can watch it dock. Let's see, how far away is that? Well, I was seeing some red show through. Wasn't I? Where is it? Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot. Oh, yeah, it's really close. Yeah, there's some red there. Yep, it's coming in for a landing. It's just going to take a few minutes to line itself up. Get lined up properly. And then it's going to come in for a dock, and we'll have our platinum available. I am going to have to go through and show what I put into each of these drones to make them work. I'll probably make that a video on its own, and I'll probably do a little bit more scripting before I make that particular video, because it did take quite a bit. Also, because we are making the zone chips, I did set a new assembler in here specifically for zone chips because they take so long to make. And this is set up to produce, how many? It is only set up to autocraft zone chips, and it's set to keep 10 of them on hand. And yeah, you can see it's moving super fast and making those zone chips for us. Super fast. Yeah, that percentage went up 1. And it will go up 1 more eventually. I'm not going to wait for it because it takes a while. So, yeah, this is pretty ugly. I do need to add some supporting structure to it, make it look like it's not standing on this tiny little base. But aside from that, I'm not too displeased with what it is going to look like. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I am hoping that in the next episode, we'll start work on our capital vessel. Although I'm not sure, because if it's still there, we are going to check out this salvage over here. This crash landed on that asteroid while we were working on the drones. And we're going to take some time to go check that out and salvage what we can from it. So until then, yeah, you just heard that. I need to actually go get some energy. So until the next episode, thank you all for watching, and I hope I brought you at least a little bit of joy, even if it was just laughing at me being an idiot. Have a good day. See ya.